Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi. We kind of match.
Yeah. Hello, lovely.
We both brown. There's Tuesday right there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Wow. Here we go. The most productive day of the week. Yes, the most productive day of the week. Yeah, it is. That is. That's what they say. Have a seat, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you. It is Tuesday, the most productive day of the week, and she promises to be productive today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kendall, everybody. Hello!
Hi.
You gonna be productive today?
I mean, really? Tuesday, the most productive day of the week?
Yeah, I read that in a study sometime. It was that today, or Tuesdays are supposed to be the most productive, because Mondays you're tired from the weekend, and then Wednesday it's just, you know, the downward slope to the weekend. So today's it. Today's the day that you're supposed to get stuff done.
I'd say Thursday.
Thursday
because then
for
I'm like,
you?
let's wrap this up. It's almost the weekend.
Oh, I kind of, yeah,
You know
I'm
what
with
I
you on
mean?
that one. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. And you feel good, you know?
These people are not going to be productive today. They're here.
No,
They're going to be with us today. They're not going to be, no, that's right. They're here today. We have a great show. I'm excited. We have two of our most popular guests on today. We have our foodie Fanny, our foodie diva Stephanie Hansen's back. Because, yeah, I love Hansen. I love Hansen so much. But today, she's going to be telling you her list of the best places that cater Thanksgiving dinner. I know, if you want to be, again, if you don't want to be productive on Thanksgiving, she's going to have it. And the reason I love Steph is, other than the fact that she knows everything there is to know about restaurants and food, she's brutally honest. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. She will tell you all about yourself, and she just doesn't care. And I love that.
But it's okay.
Yeah. And speaking of, then the etiquette expert from the St. Paul Hotel, Julie France, is back. She's going to teach us another person who just lays it on the line, but more politely than Steph. But Julie's going to teach us a little bit more. Julie's going to teach us how to behave ourselves at holiday gatherings. Like
I love that.
What to do, what not to do. We have her back as a little primer every year because, you know.
We all need a reminder.
We need a reminder. Hey, I wanted to tell you, people that listen to the radio show as well as watch the Jason Show, first, thank you for that. But I wanted to give you an update on my buddy Alexis. My co-host Alexis, as maybe some of you know, she had a baby about a week ago, a little over a week, yeah. Baby boy. And a little early, you know, I was joking. I'm like, we were supposed to have another 2 months to plan this stuff. And so Lex had the baby a little early, but I spoke to her last night, back and forth, and she wanted me to tell everyone that she's doing fine. The baby's doing fine. So thanks for your love. Also, I know everybody, you know, wants to know stuff, and everyone, you know, you guys are so loving. You want to send her stuff, and I got an email literally right before the TV show. Hey, I want to send Lex this and this. Here's what you can do. Just give her and Angel a little bit of privacy for a little while. I always joke that in the radio show, I say everything. Like, I don't care. I'll tell you what I ate for breakfast. I'll tell you. Lex has always been very, very private. I have actually stepped in some dog do many years ago. I forgot what the circumstance was, but she had told me something, and we didn't have that conversation where I go, can we talk about this on the show? And I accidentally mentioned it on the air, and I was in the doghouse for a couple days. This was about 8 years ago. My point being is, she appreciates all the love, but if you want to know what you can do, just send her some love and just give her an Angel. They've waited so long for this, and I just want to protect her right now. And she, you know what I mean? So just, it's a very private moment, you know. It's very, she's waited 9 years for a baby, so I want her to enjoy it. I told her I'm not even going to call her anymore. I called her last night. I go, girl, this will be the last time you will hear from me until you invite me over to the house to see the baby. So I want you to enjoy yourself. Okay, everybody, let's get started. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. First up, it was another shocking night, really, on Dancing with the Stars. 5 dancers are left in the semifinals. We had Hannah B, Kel Mitchell, Lauren Elena, Allie Brooke, and James Vanderbeek. Now, before we recap the night, it's time for our very dramatic spoiler alert. Each celebrity danced 2 songs. There were 2 perfect scores on the night, one from Allie Brooke and the other from Kel Mitchell. Look at this.
And I wish you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. And I will always love you.
I could do that. I wish I could. That's one of the things. I wish I could sing, and I wish I could dance like that. Shockingly, Allie Brooke, who had the highest overall score of the night, ended up in the bottom 2. Yeah. Hannah B and our local buddy Alan Burston continue to hold their own. The 2 danced a rumba. Alan obviously didn't go to wardrobe for clothes, so he just, and a contemporary. And they did a contemporary dance, getting straight 9s. And for another week, they stayed out of the bottom. So congratulations to Alan and Hannah B. I was in the gym on the treadmill when Alan comes out, and they're like, and Alan Burston, and he comes out shirtless. I'm like, of course. Of course he's shirtless, yeah. I'm like, well, there's motivation on the treadmill. That's right. I could stay on here for 50 years and I won't look like that. Yeah, but the drop. Oh no! I mean, I'm fine. I'm doing all right, Aaron. I'm doing yeah. Anyway, but the real drama came. The real drama came when the bottom 2 were announced. Allie Brooke alongside longtime frontrunner James Vanderbeek. Now, the reason that this kind of took a turn is earlier during the broadcast, James revealed the really heartbreaking news that his wife suffered a miscarriage over the weekend. Now, just awful. I mean, I got a text from a friend, Jamie. She's like, I am boo-hooing right now. Well, when it came down to the 2 of them, Allie tried to self-eliminate herself, but was told that was against the rules. The judge unanimously chose her over James. Yeah. Tough, but you know what? I'm trying to look on the positive. Maybe it's kind of a blessing in disguise because now James can be with his family. You know what I mean? That schedule is so grueling.
Right.
I was thinking about that.
It is, and we've talked about this on the show before. They want to stay true to the dancing,
Yes.
and I think that they were like, that you could tell they genuinely felt awful about sending him home, but they said she has consistently been one of the best dancers, so.
I agree with the decision, and again, looking at the positive, now James can be with his family.
Right.
So next in the dish, the folks at NBC are pretty happy with Kelly Clarkson and that hurt because they have greenlit her talk show for another season. That's right, yeah. Kelly's debut back in September was the highest rated debut for a syndicated show in about 7 years. Her biggest market is reportedly Nashville. Kelly has brought in some of the biggest names in entertainment, including Chrissy Teigen, which airs today. Her in digital now, as far as digital ratings, her show's social platforms have more than 1.5 million subscribers. Yeah, nowadays. Yeah. Nowadays, it's not just your TV, the linear TV ratings. It's like, okay, how many subscribers do you have on your YouTube? How many views? In late night, the same thing goes. Fallon and Colbert, that's what matters is when because people aren't staying up, till 11:30 anymore watching these late night shows. They absorb them the next day. Same thing with Kelly Clarkson's show. I haven't watched a full episode since its debut, but I watch her clips on YouTube, you know.
Yeah, I watched her Jason Momoa clip. So he's Aquaman, for anyone who doesn't know, and her kids apparently are big Aquaman fans. And let me tell you, like you said, that clip I think is over 3 million views because it's adorable.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know the Little Mermaid? where does Aquaman go to the bathroom? It's like the funniest thing I've ever heard kids ask.
A typical kid question to a superhero. No. So congratulations to Kelly. I think, I said it. We know something about launching a talk show. It is very hard. It's very competitive. You're going up against shows. They're called legacy shows. Like we go up against Price is Right. We go up against The View here in the Minneapolis market. It's very tough. And the fact that Kelly can break through, bravo to her. Next in the dish, speaking of daytime talk shows. Speaking of daytime talk shows, our network has a new one in the works, and it will star the host of The Masked Singer, Nick Cannon. The production company behind Wendy Williams' show, Debmar Mercury, says the show will feature Cannon's take on the latest pop culture stories, water cooler topics, celebrity interviews, and other surprises. Hey, it's our show. The Nick Cannon Show, and every other talk show like ours. The Nick Cannon Show is expected to debut next fall, okay? See what I said about Kelly Clarkson? Copy and paste it's the same thing. It's very competitive. I think Nick can do it. Nick was here. He's a great guy. The only thing I worry about with Nick is he spreading himself too thin? Because Nick, even Howard Stern, I know, says the guy with 80 jobs, but I'm just saying, but Nick, even Howard Stern yelled at him because Nick does he does like 80 shows.
Right.
So it's like, and doing a daily talk show is difficult. It's a commitment. So that's the only thing. He does a radio show too. So I can't say anything, but anyway, Good luck, Nick. We love you. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Coming up, more hot dish for you. Think you know everything there is to know about My Heart Will Go On from Titanic? Well, Celine Dion just dropped an iceberg-sized revelation about the mega hit song. Plus, she is by far one of our most popular guests. Etiquette expert Julie France is back with the best tips for all of us to remember this holiday season. Basically, she's going to teach us how to behave. And we want to take the stress out of Thanksgiving dinner, so another fave, Stephanie Hansen, is back with her list of the best Thanksgiving dinner catering options. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
After 16 and a half hours, I arrived at New Zealand's Auckland airport, where I waited for Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern to fulfill her part of the bargain.
Hi! Do you know them?
No, I do not.
They're just...
Hello.
That's
Hello.
right!
Kia ora. Kia ora.
Kia ora! How are you guys?
I recognize you.
You recognize her or me?
Jacinda.
Oh, okay.
You recently got engaged to your partner, Clark. Mazel tov.
Cute.
When is the wedding?
We don't know.
You don't know?
No, we haven't planned anything yet. Yeah.
Do you need an officiant? Because I can legally marry people. I've married people before.
Can you?
In the United States, yes.
That would be really something if you came back. And...
I would be thrilled to. Yeah.
Clark.
And that.
What do you think of that? Let's talk.
Let's talk. He hates the idea.
That was a bit awkward.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
He hates the idea. It is New Zealand week on The Late Show, and on day one, the Prime Minister picked Stephen up at the airport. Yeah. And then they tried to do a carpool karaoke thing, and Stephen said that they can't because James Corden would sue them. So they had to stop singing, yeah. Well, continuing her visit to every talk show known to man except for ours, Celine Dion. No, I just mean I want her here, but I'm saying she's all over the place. Celine Dion, yeah, come on. It's Celine. Celine Dion visited Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live and opened up about one of her biggest songs. Look at this.
Has there been a song in your career that you desperately wanted to record, but it went to someone else?
No, because I would have done it anyway.
You would have done it anyway.
Yeah, any different versions. But you know what? There's one song that I didn't want to record.
Which was what?
And I'm glad that they didn't listen to me.
Which was?
My Heart Will Go On.
No.
It is true.
Why didn't you want to record it?
I don't know. It didn't appeal to me. It didn't appeal to me. I was probably very tired that day. I don't
Wow.
know. Very tired.
Thank God they didn't
And my
listen
husband
to you.
said, let's hold on.
Yes.
I talked to the writer and he says, let's try to make a little demo. And I sang the song once and they built the orchestra around it. I never re-sang it.
Wow.
For the recording actually.
Wow.
So the demo is the actual recording.
Wow. I did not
But
know
after that, I've sang it about 3 gazillion times.
Yes, of course.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
So what we hear, the demo, is the track that we hear.
Right.
She did it once without the orchestra.
I'm just like, only Celine Dion's like, I just did it this one time, and they put the orchestra behind me. Like, what?
Yeah. She went into the booth, did the take, and walked out. Amazing.
Good enough. Is it good enough?
No.
Yes, it's good enough.
Oh, that
was my Celine.
was a decent Celine Dion.
Thank
that was
you.
really, no, that was
Thank
good.
you.
No, I was gonna say.
I feel like that was pretty good.
I said decent. What do you want? An Oscar? Yeah.
It's a Celine Dion.
What, do you want the audience to throw roses at you? I don't know. I gave you, like her right there, a friend. You want, yes.
Yes.
Anyway.
Throw the roses.
No, she did. I just can't believe. I remember that song released because I had just moved here when Titanic came out, and KDWB had it like on repeat, and then they released the version of the song with sound bites from the movie. People went nuts. I mean, I remember it was, yeah.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Good way,
in
yeah.
a good way?
'Cause
Okay.
They interwoven
like
the
Kate
different,
and-
it was so
okay.
good. Next in the dish, John Gosselin. Haven't talked about him in about 10 years. John Gosselin is breaking his silence, after 10 years, about what really happened with Kate and their 8 kids. His 10-year gag order has expired.
Juicy.
He was like, okay, it expires on Tuesday. I'm going to go on Dr. Oz on Wednesday. And yeah, he did that. He visited Dr. Oz to talk about why their marriage ended. Look at this.
And you want to pull back from filming, and you start having marriage issues to the point that you want a divorce. How did the network respond to that?
Well, Kate wanted a divorce. So she came to me.
Or it came all from her?
Yes. Yep. She wanted a divorce. She asked me, she didn't want to be married anymore.
Why?
Because I didn't want to film anymore. I wasn't part of the business model anymore.
She was going to divorce you because of the filming?
That's correct.
Not because of your passive aggression or not helping with the kids or...
No. I stayed home. She was on speaking tours. You know what's funny? The network thought I was nuts. They actually hired me a therapist and a psychiatrist, and they psych-evaled me.
Why did they think you were nuts?
Because I would give up millions of dollars not to film and just go live a normal life. I said enough was enough.
Audience, let's turn on our BS detector here. I don't know. Yes, no. Do you believe him?
I believe him. Well, listen, the full interview was fascinating, but it makes a pretty good case for him.
Look, I think there's probably, what I'm saying is I think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Totally.
I think for John to think that the only reason she left him was because he didn't want to film, I think that's fantasy land. I think she also, no, I'm busting on him. I think she also wanted to leave him because he was a dirty dog. I mean, he probably wasn't great to live with. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know. It's you, like you said, it's always somewhere in the middle. And she had a show for 10 years to be able to talk about all this, whereas he had nothing to say. And I just thought it was so interesting. He goes on to say, like, I think he said $186 million a quarter is what their show was making them.
Yeah.
And so that's why they were like, you can't leave. And he was like, I don't want to do this. You're in my house all the time. I want nothing to do with it anymore. It's a fascinating story.
It is. And what's also fascinating is the Kate +8 hair is still happening, which, thank you, audience. Bless their heart. But I'm just saying, and what I mean, you all know, it's the turkey butt. It's the turkey butt hairstyle that Kate Gosselin had. And do you know what hairstyle I'm talking about?
I just really like that you referred to it as turkey butt.
Oh, because it does. It looks like a turkey butt. But Kate, and you flip it in the back. We need to maybe move on from the turkey butt. I don't know. I'm just saying. At its peak, John and Kate +8 was attracting 10 million viewers per episode. John says he doesn't talk to Kate anymore and only talks to 2 of their kids. Now, see, I don't like that. That makes me sad. Why,
Okay.
you know, 2 of the kids?
According to him, he says that
Now
they
that's-
can talk to him
Yeah.
if they would like to, but he just wants them to all keep their own relationship, and he gets that if there's hard feelings. I don't know.
Again, that's according to him. I
Right.
mean, I'm sure.
According
you know,
to him.
Yeah, anyway. Next on the dish, Jennifer Lopez is the new cover girl for GQ's Men of the Year issue, and she talked about her recent film, Hustlers. Now, some critics say that J-Lo could actually win an Oscar for her performance. In the interview, yeah, I'm telling you, in the interview, she said something that's surprising a lot of folks. She got paid basically nothing for doing that movie. She loved that it turned the tables on men because the film is about strippers who take advantage of wealthy Wall Streeters. But the big thing that everyone's freaking out over is the fact that she's like, I didn't get paid anything. Well, I think what she got paid is what they call scale. So it's the lowest amount of money that you can pay an actor, a performer, whatever, for a movie. So I don't get why though.
She said that she wanted to produce and act in it, and she's like, essentially, that she has enough money that she didn't have to, and she just wanted to do it. So I still don't get why they were like, sure, great. I mean, I do, because.
Well, it saves money, and if she wanted the role that bad, I get it.
Yeah.
But
Girl
I mean,
spends $4,000 a month on candles. Isn't that what we talked about last time?
I know we did.
So,
We found that out. Yeah.
I mean.
And you said. You endorse it. You said if you
Uh-huh.
had crazy money, you would spend that much on candles.
Oh, yes, I would.
Yeah.
Smells so good in my house.
No, I would just do fine linens. That's what I would. I would do
Fine
nice
linens.
linens. Yes. Well, right, audience. I would do. Yeah.
They like the linens.
I would do like 800 thread count, but I don't like the really silky sheets because you slide right off the bed. You know what I mean? I like a little.
Slip and slide.
I like t-shirt sheets.
Oh, me too. The jersey or
The jersey, it's light because I get hot. I am like a gay baked potato when I sleep. I'm like, yeah. I just roast. I wake up, I look like a potato skin. You know what I mean? I get so hot when I sleep.
I feel that. I've always thought that my husband was the hot body, and then one time he was gone hunting, and I was still sweating, and I was like, oh wait, it's me. I'm disgusting.
Yeah, I cocoon.
We have this in
Do
common.
you cocoon in your? I cocoon like I'm nesting. I wrap up in. I look like a pig in a blanket. You know what I mean? Like a little
No.
Next on the dish, the mad about. Now that you just got a really creepy visual of me sleeping, but yeah. Next in the dish, the Mad About You reboot is set to debut tonight, so mark your calendars. But don't get your hopes up that it'll be any good or that you'll be able to actually watch it. The limited series stars Helen Hunt and Paul Reiser and is set in their same New York City apartment as they prepare to send their daughter off to college. Some critics are calling it boring, with not much changing since it went off the air 20 years ago. But Variety says it's easygoing. That's not a compliment, though, but okay. And it's not the worst reboot. That's like when someone goes, "Hey, girl, how do you like my hair?" It's fine. You know what I mean?
It's not my favorite.
Yeah. You can find it on Spectrum cable systems tonight. I don't know where that is.
I don't know either. Is there a
I don't know.
button
Did
for
the
that?
research team do we have Spectrum in any Minnesota city around here? No, yes, no. Look at the audience. They're dumbfounded. They have no idea.
None of us know.
You know what I just realized? Our audience today looks like happy jurors. You know, they look like a jury pool. Look at that, yeah.
A happy one.
I find this show unwatchable. That's right. Still ahead, everybody. Time to be on your best behavior. The etiquette expert, Julie France, is back to get us ready for the holidays. And then, well, she has etiquette on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Stephanie Hansen is back with her tips on where you can get help for your Thanksgiving. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. The holidays are, I look at the audience and I think juries. Yeah. The holidays are right around the corner, and chances are you've probably been invited to a holiday party or two, or you could be hosting one. So before you send out the invites and RSVP, there are a few things to keep in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, she's one of our most favorite guests, etiquette expert, Julie France from the St. Paul Hotel. Hi, Julie. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, what is this, Julie?
I'd like to offer you a toast.
I shall take your toast.
Yes. May your holiday season be filled with good cheer and joy and much success for your new endeavor with your biscuits business.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Cheers. And to the HR department, don't worry, this is fake. That's right, yeah.
I was going to say,
fake.
we're not sipping on the job here.
No. Okay, so let's talk about different options for entertaining.
Right. And there's really a plethora of things, and it depends on your level of security and how you like to entertain.
Yeah.
So you can do something as simple as a cocktail party. That means you'll have a variety of drinks, a few little snacks from 5 to 7. People stop by, you chat a little bit, and they go. You don't have to worry with doing an early cocktail party of people staying till midnight, at least hopefully. So that's very simple. So if you don't do a lot of entertaining, go for a little cocktail party. Again, you can send out the invites, even text those. Then we can do anything from a cocktail buffet. That will be held a little bit later. That means more substantial food, 6:30 to 8:30. You could do a buffet, which means you will have places for people to be set down. You are serving them dinner, a formal dinner. You can do a dessert event, a fondue event, wine tasting, and of course my favorite, an afternoon tea and a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
3 to 5 o'clock, I have a Christmas blend tea. Usually it doesn't involve alcohol, doesn't have to, so it's kind of a nice thing to do, alcohol-free. And then I just kind of have the table set up with tea sandwiches, little treats, probably biscuits from your place. I'll go get, put them on my table.
Yes.
And again, people can just stop by, have tea, and you have the limitation of the time. Where we get into the situation, if you really don't want people staying till 12 or 1, is when you do a dinner party, you can't really say, and you have to leave at 10 o'clock.
No, you have to, I know.
That's
you want to, right, audience, but you can't. Yeah,
you can't say that. So that's just some of your options.
I've told you this before, Julie. Last year's Christmas party that we had, I started turning off lights.
Yes.
Because this one, thank you, I did. Because this one guy stayed like well past and I was turning off lights, turning music off. I turned my tree off. Yeah, I'm like, get out. Still didn't get the hint. Okay, how soon should we send out invitations?
The general rule is the more formal the event, the further out you send the invitation.
Okay.
So if you're going to be doing a dinner, more of a formal dinner, you're going to send that out 4 weeks in advance. During the holidays, it is best to give people a lot of advance notice. So the sooner the better. 4 weeks in advance is not, too soon.
There's a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things, and people are trying to juggle their calendars. So the sooner the better for the holidays.
Tips on being a good host or hostess?
Have you ever gone somewhere, Jason, and when you got there, you felt guilty because they looked exhausted? They were talking about how they were up till 2 o'clock in the morning getting ready for you, and you felt, You don't do that, do you, Jason? Do you do that, Jason?
Stephanie Hansen's house. No, I'm kidding. I'm giving Steph a hard time, but no, she throws great dinner parties, but no, I've never felt guilty.
Okay.
I've never felt guilty.
So that is one of the main things, is that as a host or hostess, you want to greet them at the door with a happy attitude. It is more important to please people than impress them. And although we all want to do this beautiful thing and stay up till all hours, you're not going to be a happy camper. And so it's better to just be well rested, a lot of planning in advance, and then be at the door to welcome your guests.
Speaking of that of champagne, what's your feeling on when you greet the guests at the door?
Yes.
Should you have a signature beverage ready for them, or what's your feeling on that?
Here's how I typically do it that seems to work well. I make sure that my husband and I are always available to go to the door. I use punch because I'm just really careful. Too much alcohol, especially during the holidays.
I'm saying just a beverage in general, even a non-alcoholic
one. So
one.
I usually have a punch bowl sitting on my little island
like a
there.
Cadenza,
yes, on my island. And so right away, I take their coat, come on in, and I have some punch over here in a minute. We have some other beverages that we'll offer.
Love that.
Yes, you should always have some sort of a beverage and some sort of a little snacky thing they can pick up. It gives people something to do rather than just standing there waiting for everybody. It's like go get some punch, have a little snack, and it gives something to do with your hands.
Now, we're going to continue with Julie. One of the questions she's going to answer, should you all bring a gift when you go to a party? That's right. Plus, more tips, including Christmas letters and emails when we return. Back after this. Welcome back, my friends. More with our buddy Julie, etiquette consultant at the St. Paul Hotel. Okay, I want to get in as much as we can, so let's jump right back into it. Should you bring a gift to a holiday party?
It is always appropriate to bring a hostess gift. So if you're doing a tree trimming party, an ornament works just great. I typically, when I'm invited somewhere, I always say, is there something that I can bring if it's a dinner and help out? So if I'm bringing an entree or a side dish, then you don't have to bring a hostess gift, but really you should always arrive with something small. For instance, I would probably bring you this from the St. Paul Hotel. Our signature blackcurrant tea and our beautiful note cards from our English garden. So when you greeted me, I'd say, thank you so much for inviting me, Jason. Just a little something for the holidays.
You're welcome. And I shall gleefully accept your present. There we go, yes. Okay, now here's the deal.
Okay.
Should the host open that?
You know, it totally depends on how many people are arriving. If you can see into it, then you don't have to. A lot of times you're too busy, so you have to put them away. I've mentioned this on your program. I'm going to say it again. Be very careful about bringing a bouquet of fresh flowers where the hostess then has to find a vase, trim the ends, fill you know, you've got all these things going on. So if you're going to bring flowers, bring them in a container where they've already been arranged, and all she has to do is set them out.
You also said something that, it's one of the best pieces of advice. You also said something to me that I also love too. If you bring a bottle of wine, what's your rule about bringing a bottle of wine?
That's for them to use later.
Yes.
But as a hostess, now if you bring me a bottle of wine and you're having dinner, I can say, this looks lovely, would you like me to serve it tonight?
Yeah.
I don't have to because I might have other things planned. So I can set it aside for later, and that should be your intent. Set it aside for later.
Let's move on to Christmas letters. Yes. I had a friend, Anne, who wrote Christmas letters the size of thorn birds. I mean, it was like I was waiting for Richard Chamberlain to come out and perform the dumb thing.
Yeah.
What's your rules? Thank you for the thorn birds reference. What's your rule on that one?
Basically, that's exactly it. Nobody has time to read 3 pages with every detail and 36 pictures of every trip you took. It is not about being braggadocious. Newsletters are to give a quick update on what's happening in your life, your kid's life. It should bring joy and cheer, not drear. We don't talk about some surgery you had, you know, people that have passed away. That should have been communicated in other venues, not in a Christmas card. Here's the rule.
I had the kidney removed, and it's like, we don't want to hear that at Christmas.
But you get those cards where they're going into detail, and it's like, oh, I don't really want to hear about this. I was in a really good mood till I opened up your Christmas card.
Yeah.
It's supposed to bring cheer and joy, and keep it half page or less. Let's not get overboard on the braggadocious.
Exactly. What about a Christmas email?
It is not wrong. It just does not have the warmth of a handwritten note delivered in the mailbox.
To quote the great late Whitney Houston, it's not right, but it's okay. When is it necessary to send an email?
To send an email?
Yeah.
You mean like for an invitation?
For an invitation,
yes.
yeah.
So if you're going to do something real spur of the moment, let's say that you want to do a last minute cocktail party. It's like, hey, it's just 3 days away. Then go ahead, send a text.
That's okay.
Send an email. That's okay. But if you're going to do something that needs people to plan their schedule, then send an invitation. We all like getting it in the mail, right?
We have 30 seconds. I want to talk about quickly conversations.
Sure. Yes.
We're living, it's very obvious, we're living in very polarized times.
Yes, we are.
We're all in our corners. What's your general thinking on conversations?
If I'm at an event and I know that everybody has the same feelings as I do, then it's okay to tread lightly on some of those topics. Otherwise, you stay away from blood pressure inducing topics, which include politics, religion, and again, anything gross or gossipy should not be part of our conversation. Have a reputation. If you can't be kind, be quiet. I want people to say about me, she never said an unkind word about anybody. And that's not easy. And trust me, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But that's a good goal, isn't it?
Especially at the holidays.
Yes, yes.
Just bloop right there.
Yeah. You know what?
It's not the
It's not the time.
No.
You know, it's not the time. Let's get together. Let's have fun. Let's laugh. Let's leave those heavy topics aside.
You don't want to walk in with this and go, let's talk about the impeachment. No, kind of ruins everything.
Right. Yes, it does.
Give it up for Julie, everybody. To learn more about Julie, check out her website, everydayetiquette.com, and for more on etiquette classes and other great events at the St. Paul Hotel, go to, right there, stpaulhotel.com. Go there during the holidays. It's so, we were just talking about in the break, it's so magical.
Yes, it is.
Make it a family tradition. Still ahead, hosting a Thanksgiving dinner, but need a little help with the cooking? Stephanie Hansen, who's always a good host, will tell you the best places to go for catered food when we return. Back after this. Thank you, Miss Julie. I'll go like this again. Bloop. Welcome back. A beautiful open. Well, just over a week to go until the biggest food day of the year. Literally, it's like the Super Bowl for food. If you're hosting Thanksgiving, odds are you're starting to get a game plan ready. But you don't have to do all the cooking and baking yourself. Here with her picks for the best catering help available, the co-host of the Weekly Dish and my good friend from My Talk 1071, Stephanie Hansen, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you. I've been thinking about Thanksgiving for like 3 weeks.
I know. I will. Let me give you just an early plug and we'll jump into it. And I'll say it again. If you need advice, listen to Stephanie and Stephanie on the Weekly Dish. They are the queens of Thanksgiving. They start thinking about it at Easter.
Yeah,
so
pretty
I mean,
much.
this is your jam.
Yeah, our big Thanksgiving shows this weekend.
Okay, Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's a great show. Okay, Thanksgiving catering, a full meal or some dishes, and you have a list, right?
Yeah. So if you have vegans, because I think for people sometimes that's hard to know what to cook, what to prepare, the Birchwood Cafe does a great job. They have you can get all white meat or all dark meat. So if you're particular about your meats, they're very careful about sourcing. And they have a rosemary lime turkey that's really delicious.
Really?
And they deliver. And you can add a gluten-free pie.
Oh, well.
So if you have
checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, vegan, gluten-free people, they're a great place to go.
Kowalski's.
Okay, this is very inexpensive per serving. And you get the whole thing. You get the turkey dinner for delivery or pickup. It includes the gravy, the mashed potatoes, the sweet potatoes, the relish, the dinner rolls, the cream beans, and 2 pies. And it's like $17 a serving. And most places are about $20 to $25. So it's a good value.
Oh, my goodness.
And they will deliver.
They deliver too?
Yeah. And delivery, come on. Who wouldn't want their whole meal just delivered?
Yeah, and not have to worry about fighting the traffic and the people.
That's right.
Blue Plate Restaurants.
Okay, I love this. They have an entire feast. It comes to your house, and then you heat it up, and in 40 minutes, you have the whole thing. It includes the turkey, the gravy, the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, and you get a sweet potato gratin and the cranberry preserves. And it's 40 minutes. So you can have people, you can start a game, you can have a cocktail, and then in 40 minutes, your whole meal is ready.
Yeah. And full disclosure, if y'all listen to the radio show, you know I do commercials for Steph and the Blue Plate family.
But I don't, and I'm telling you, it's good.
And let me tell you, we ain't doing it because of that, because if Stephanie didn't like it, it wouldn't be in the segment. Let me be very clear.
No,
but anyway.
I picked it because I think it's a great idea, and they've got it all heat and eat, and that's important for a lot of people.
Certix.
Okay, you wouldn't think a liquor store would do your whole Thanksgiving turkey shebang, but they do. They've got a lemon preserved butter trust chicken or turkey. You can cook it yourself, or you can buy it already cooked and reheat it. So
what
they
kind
give
of
you those
I don't
options.
even understand what you just said.
Lemon butter preserves, so it's all rubbed and ready to go and tied, and it's all nice. They have the sides. They have cauliflower mash, root vegetable roast. They have pies. And here's the best part about Certix. You can order it, pick it up, and then you just pop over next door to the liquor store, and they have a 4-pack of holiday wines. So it's got a bubbly, it's got a Pinot, it'll have a white, it'll have everything you need to go with your feast.
That is really good.
It's great. It's great. 4 bottles in a handy tote bag.
We have some BBQ next.
Yes, Anomalies Bbq. This is the barbecue that is next to Able Brewing. They have a permanent truck there. But smoked turkey or smoked pork shoulder is a great way to experience the feast if you want to do it like barbecue style, if you're not into like the traditional sage dressing. But they've got beans, biscuits, grits, pickles. They make delicious pickles and the gravy. And it's all priced per person, and you can order it by Monday the 21st.
I have not been there, but I have so many friends, you
So
included. I see it on
good.
Instagram. People rave about it.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's just a little bit different. It's going to be about a 8 to 10 pound. You want to order that one by Monday the 21st and pick up on Tuesday. Most of these other ones you can order, and then you'll pick up on either Tuesday or Wednesday, or they'll deliver.
Talk about deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them you want to order. So again, you want to order by, most of them you want to order by the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the Monday before Thanksgiving, and then they deliver Tuesday, Wednesday. And some of them go till they sell out. So if this is an option you're thinking, I would order it now. Kowalski's usually sells out. Brasa is already sold out. They were one I was going to recommend, and they're gone. So think ahead. You got to kind of be planning.
Yeah. So right now, people are watching. They're watching this thing. It's not too late for a lot of. I mean, these people still have time.
Oh no, it's not too late, but don't dawdle. Get on it.
Yeah.
I'm having my first Thanksgiving meal this Sunday, so
Yeah.
I got an 18-personer coming up.
Oh.
I know.
I must have missed that
Do
invitation.
you know-
Yeah. Give it up for Stephanie Hansen, everybody. For more information, head to stephaniesdish.com.
I can't ever invite you again because you were crabby.
Whatever. I was crabby because there wasn't a cocktail at the door. Anyway, be sure to catch her on the Weekly Dish Saturday mornings from didn't feed us for about 2 hours.
No etiquette.
Saturday mornings at 9 on My Talk 107.1. We'll be right back.
It was.
You made us wait an hour. Oh, God. Welcome back. Look who's back. It's Kendall. Don't forget, we really love for you to come see us. If you want tickets to our show, just go to our Facebook page. Click that ticket tab right underneath the cover photo. You're in by 9:15. You're out by 11:15. You could win a mug. You get to meet Aaron. You get to meet Eric. You could watch a Hallmark movie with producer Ted. Who knows? We would love to see you. We're going to take a break, everybody, and we'll be back right after these words. What? Welcome back, everybody. Kendall's back with us. Talking about Thanksgiving. Do you have, between you and Jordan, do you guys have a large Thanksgiving?
Well, we rotate. So usually, like, we go to his family for 1 year, and then we go to mine since they're in Illinois.
Yeah.
But not really. My family's gotten pretty secular. You know, it's just like our little group, and it used to be the whole shebang. Thanksgiving's, it's fun, but it's not like it used to be where it was all my cousins, and I don't know. Do you?
I do, but I think a lot of people can relate. You're about at that age where that starts to change. You know what I mean? You enter like your mid-20s, late 20s, and the family people start getting married, and they start having their own families. It's interesting you said it, because Colin went through the same thing. He's like, he literally said what you said. Well, Thanksgiving isn't quite as big as it used to be, but it's that age.
Right.
It's
yeah, and all my cousins are older than me, and so they all have kids. And so, like you said, my aunt and uncle are now the grandparents. So they're hosting the big family thing, and it's just our little family still, which is fine. We just have a lot more wine and stuff. So.
Yeah, so that's great.
It's
fine. I used to have 2 Thanksgivings, a normal one, and then my Aunt Pat married a full Italian gentleman with a full Italian family. So I was really lucky because we got like turkey Thanksgiving, and then we got an Italian feast. And it was like Aunt Pat know how to cook. I mean, I would get lasagna and mostaccioli and homemade garlic bread.
Did you say mostaccioli for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Like
Mama
pans
wants.
and pans and pans of mostaccioli and ravioli. And yeah, it was my favorite holiday. And I would gain 20 pounds. And I was totally all right with that.
Did you ever do a 5K? Like a Thanksgiving 5K? It's a question.
Tomorrow on the show, a special visitor. No! Are you kidding? I do a 5K from the couch to the kitchen. That's what I do, yeah. To gossip with my aunts. Tomorrow, a special visitor from the Como Zoo plus producer Ted's latest Christmas movie review. and more. That's going to do it for us. Thanks to this great audience, and thanks to you watching. If you are watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. A 5K. Come on, Kendall. Come on, girl. How you doing that?